One thing that all of us as application developers strive for is to ensure that the applications that we build perform the way they're intended to on devices with different screen sizes and capabilities. I, as a Flutter developer, have always gotten into issues with actually developing my applications and then trying to test how they're going to look on these devices with different screen sizes and aspect ratios. The traditional way to go about this is by either using some paid services that allow you to test the application that you've built on a bunch of different devices, but these are extremely expensive and out of the budget for a lot of people that are maybe solopreneurs or indie developers. And then the other way till now has been to actually individually spin up simulators on your device and then test your application one by one on each of them and ensure that the application looks and performs the way it's supposed to. But this can be very cumbersome and this slows down the development process a lot. So a couple of months ago, I found this very awesome package called Device Preview that basically allows us to mitigate these issues and test how our application is going to look like on different devices with different aspect ratios and a bunch of different things. So this video is just going to be a quick walkthrough through the actual Device Preview package, the functionality that it offers us, and why it's an awesome package that you should implement within your testing and development workflow to 10x your development experience and increase the velocity at which you're able to publish your app updates. So with that said, let's actually take a look at Device Preview. So as always, links to all of the resources that I mentioned within the video will be down in the description below. So as you can see, Device Preview, the description for this says that you can approximate how your Flutter app looks and performs on another device. And one of the cool features about Device Preview package is that besides the awesome functionality that it offers us, the authors also provide us with an actual demo that works on the web that we can actually take a look at to understand what the Device Preview package does and how we can use it. So let's take a look at the actual demo. So you can come to the pub.dev page, come to the very bottom, click on the open the demo link, and it's going to open a demo like this that you're seeing on the screen. And this is basically what Device Preview allows us to do. At the very core of it, it allows us to basically wrap the Flutter application that we've written, which is our own Flutter application, with an actual Device Preview widget that they provide us. And then by doing that, during the development process, we can enable or disable this widget to actually see how our application runs and looks like on all of these different devices. By default, we have an extensive list of devices with different aspect ratios for iOS, Android, Mac OS. So for example, if I'm developing an application, I'd like to see how it looks on an iPhone 13 Pro Max, I can see that. If I'd like to take a look at iPhone SE, I can see that. My application is interactive and works the way it's supposed to. So this application is actually running. It's not a static screenshot. I can take a look at how it looks on an iPad. I can also take a look at Android devices and how my application looks on these Android devices with different aspect ratios. If I'm building a desktop application using Flutter, Device Preview also supports that. So if the application runs on a Mac OS based device, on a desktop, it looks like this. On a laptop, it looks like this. Windows is the same. I can do Linux. And one of the coolest features is that if there is a device size on an aspect ratio that you expect your application is going to be running on, but that isn't available within this predefined list, you can just come to the custom tab and then define a custom width height pixel ratio for the actual device that you'd like to test your application on. And then you can see how your application is going to look on that. So this is the beauty of actually using Device Preview, and this is an excellent package, and I highly recommend that you take a look at it. By the way, this package has been created by the following author, and I'm going to not try to butcher their name, but as you can see, this is their email and this is their website. And I'd quickly like to show it just to give some actual recognition back to the actual person that has created this actual package. And their website is like this. So you can see that they're a mobile app maker and they are a Flutter developer and Figma designer. So with that said, we can come back and actually take a look at some of the other functionality that the Device Preview package provides us. If you'd like to, for example, take a look at what happens if the keyboard on screen pops up and how your UI reacts, you can just quickly do that from here. Besides this, you can actually take a look at if the theme of the device change, how does the actual theming within your application change? You can test for locale changes. So if the actual locale of your device change, how does those locale changes get reflected on the device? If your actual application supports localization. Besides this, there's a bunch of different accessibility parameters that you can change to see how your application reacts to those. For example, for colorblind people, you can implement a color scheme that is suited for them. And then if the actual invert color option is available on the actual person's device and they've enabled this, then you can actually see how those inverted colors look like on these devices. For people with eyesight issues, they can set different text scaling factors on their actual device. And then by adjusting this slider, you can see how those text scaling factor options are going to affect your actual application's UI and how it's going to be rendered on the screen. And then besides this, you can also change the settings for device preview, such as what the background color is and what the tool theme is. So as you can see, there's a lot of cool functionality that the device preview package gives you out of the box. So as you can see that the device preview package provides us with a ton of cool functionality, and we can use this functionality to build better quality applications at a faster rate and ensure that there are less errors appearing in them. If by any chance you guys are interested in me creating a tutorial specifically on the device preview package so that you guys can understand how to implement it, even though it's very easy to implement for people that are intermediate Flutter developers, then leave a comment down below letting me know, and I'll try to create a video on this as well. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them for you. And that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it and learned a thing or two about Flutter development and how to improve as a Flutter developer. So with that, stay happy, stay healthy, keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.